Hello everyone. Tonight we have another book. It's called The Boy Who Cried Sheep. Let's get started. The Boy Who Cried Sheep. A young shepherd boy lived at the edge of a big forest full of wolves. Every day he walked through the forest with a girl who wore a little red hood. She was terrified of wolves. Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her granny. The boy went to look after his flock of prize-winning sheep. The boy trained his show-jumping sheep every day. Little Red Riding Hood laughed at the boy and his jumping sheep. One day, the boy went to play a trick on her, to pay her back for laughing at him. The boy crept up behind Little Red Riding Hood and pretended to be a wolf. "Growl," he said. "Help!" screamed the Red Riding Hood. A group of villagers raced over. "It was only a joke," said the shepherd boy. The villagers grumbled and walked away. A few days later, he did it again. "Growl!" This time, Little Red Riding Hood screamed even louder. "Help!" The villagers ran over, huffing and puffing. "It's just a joke," the shepherd boy said. The villagers all looked very cross. A few days later, the boy saw a real wolf at the door of Granny's cottage. "Wolf!" he shouted, but no one came. "Wolf!" he shouted louder. Still no one came. The boy ran over to the villagers. "Help! There's a wolf!" he shouted. "Stop playing tricks," the villagers said. The boy had cried "Wolf" too many times. Now no one believed him. He ran over to Granny's cottage. The wolf was already in Granny's bed. "What should I do?" he thought. Then he had a brilliant idea. "Sheep!" he cried at the top of his voice. Within a second his sheep were there. "Pyramid!" shouted the boy. The sheep jumped on each other's shoulders. The boy climbed up the sheep and onto the roof. "Sheep, follow me!" shouted the boy. He climbed inside the chimney. His sheep followed, one by one. Inside the cottage, the wolf was licking his lips. "What big teeth you have, Granny," said Red Riding Hood. Suddenly, thud! The boy fell out of the chimney and landed on the bedroom floor. The wolf looked up in surprise. "Thump, thump, bah!" A pile of sheep landed in the fireplace. "We are here to save you," said the boy. He turned to his sheep. "Sheep, attack!" he shouted. The sheep jumped at the wolf and sat on top of him. The boy and his sheep took the wolf to the villagers, who now believed his story. The shepherd boy and had learned his lesson and never cried wolf again. But you can often hear him shout sheep as he puts on a show for the villagers. Okay, kids, that's the end of today's story. Good night.